As you consider your own feelings about children who have been traumatized, let's learn how children become wards of the public child welfare system.
Usually that decision is made jointly between a case manager and their supervisor. There are a lot of tools that a case manager can use when making that decision. Some of those include the family functional assessment. That's an ongoing assessment process. They also have the risk assessment, safety assessments, and then they have their direct observation skills that they can use when they go into the home. They also have the opportunity to interview children, interview collateral people that may be involved with the family, and they also can talk to experts in the field, including medical staff, teachers as well, psychologists, psychiatrists, anyone that may have pertinent information to that investigation. Once it's determined that safety risk exists for a child, then that decision will be made to remove that child if no other means are necessary to provide safety for that child in the home.
When I lived with my mom, I used to be very out of control. She wasn't staying on top of me to take my medicine like I was supposed to and everything. And I think it affected me because I've gone through so many foster homes that it finally got to the point where I found someone who actually cares. And so I became a better person. Now I'm thinking about going to college. I may graduate from high school early. So it's just taking everything that I'm used to and putting it on the total opposite side.
The most common reason children are removed from their home is directly related to the parent's behavior. Usually that involves some type of correlation between drug and alcohol abuse.
My parents couldn't take care of themselves, let alone me. You know, they did a lot of drugs and, they weren't really able to be there for me mentally, and give me my needs, Yeah.
It is not necessarily in neglect cases lack of supervision by the parent or unsanitary conditions. Normally what happens with neglect cases is that drugs or alcohol play a huge part in the parent's ability to care and provide supervision for their home. And the child in the home. So a lot of times it's not directly related to those things. There are other outside environmental factors that play a key part into why a parent might be affected by drugs or alcohol.
I come into foster care because my daddy was a bad alcoholic and he used to beat on us and stuff. So
I was kind of in an unstable environment. My mom was mentally ill, so I came in through abuse and neglect.
DCS continues to work to reunify a child back home with the parent even when the child is sexually abused. Sexually abused children still love and care very much for their parents and want to remain at home. The case manager and the supervisor work jointly with professional staffs to establish risk for that child, but always as a guiding principle we have reunification and safety of the child is paramount.
I've been down on myself a lot, because I've been molested by my best friend's dad, and it kind of hurt me and it put me down. I was like, man, I ain't a nobody. And then he kept calling my house and telling me that I was nobody, and I was like, oh my God.
Generally, when children are being removed from their parents, they have a range of emotions. Initially, it starts out with them displaying emotions of being sad and tearful, upset about being removed from their parents. Children generally love their parents, want to be with them. At the time of removal, however, sometimes the child's safety is such at risk that there's no other alternative but removal. And children a lot of times do not understand why those decisions are made. So sometimes they can also display anger, or they can also show emotions of being mad or disrespectful or having emotions that a lot of adults around them don't understand. But generally speaking, they are sad.
Resource parents must be able to identify and address their own feelings about children who have been traumatized.